So Ali says that in 1961 he met professional wrestler Gorgeous George, who he
Yeah.
really liked,
Yeah.
and Gorgeous George apparently told him something to the effect of, "Look, fans are going to pay when you talk a bunch of shit. Fans are going to pay to come see you win because they like you and they think it's fun, or they're going to come pay to watch you get your ass kicked.
It doesn't matter what they're there for.
Yeah, as long as they're in the
As
building."
long as they come, man.
It's pretty incredible to see these professional wrestling tactics employed by
Yeah.
somebody in what's considered a legitimate sport.
Yeah, absolutely. Dusty Rhodes influenced him a lot too.
Yeah,
A
it's
lot of years.
I think that he and Dusty actually influenced each other, and I was reading
Yeah,
about how
absolutely.
they were supposed to have a match at the Orange Bowl at one point that got scrapped, which is,
Wow.
man, what could have been that is.
That would have been something, man.
So this attitude of Ali's, it would go on to change the face of not just boxing, but now MMA and this notion of drumming up business by manufacturing personal issues between opponents who you really don't have a personal issue with. You're just doing it for the sake of getting people in the building.
Out of the blue, man. I mean, that's whenever he was taking his bus and pulling it up in front of people's houses and getting on the loudspeaker, telling them to come outside and fight. And he drove the guys crazy, man. They couldn't believe this guy was doing this stuff.
You know, in today's boxing or MMA, you know, that kind of thing is pretty commonplace, especially with the emergence of the internet. But now, like back then, that shit just was not happening.
Oh, it didn't happen at all, man.
Right. There was this kind of mutual respect.
People wanted him arrested. People wanted him killed. People wanted him everything, man. They wanted him charged and thrown in jail. And he just kept talking crap, man. Him and Boomgenie Brown, who was his handler.
Well, and he was there in the Superdome with you.
Absolutely, man.
We'll get there. Jake, were you familiar with Gorgeous George's work at all? I know he passed away long before you got in the business, but
I think every wrestler, well, from my day, knew who Gorgeous George was. You know, and the utmost respect for him, and he was a showman. He was before his time, way before his time. If he come along now, he'd just be another guy.
Yep.
You know, except he'd carry it off so damn well, he'd be the main event.
He's a guy who inspired guys like the Nature Boy Buddy Rogers, who then went on to, of course, inspire another famous Nature Boy. So again, interesting all these crossovers.
Well, so Buddy Landell.
Buddy Landell, of course, yeah.
Buddy Landell, yeah. That's what
but
he's talking about.
That man was a character.
Yes, sir, he was.
So yeah, unfortunately. Just to put things in full context too, this was happening right in the middle of the civil rights movement in America. So late 50s to mid to late 60s. So for as many fans, a crazy time, and for as many fans as there were out there clamoring to see Ali succeed, there were just as many who wanted to see this outspoken.
Yeah. It was black versus white.
That's it.
No doubt about it, man. I mean, the blacks loved Ali because he was kicking everybody's ass and would stand up and talk shit, and they loved that. And the white man hated it because that black man was running his mouth. And I loved it because I just thought it was funnier than shit. And I was just a kid, though, you know.
Right. He was made for professional wrestling, was he not? He's using it to his advantage.
Absolutely.